Welcome to an extended play, a blogger vlog about music, vinyl stuff, you name it, we do it here. My name is Shane, nice to meet you, and welcome to the last video of this semester. And it was really fun doing this, and I want to thank my professor for the opportunity. I really appreciate that. So without further ado, let's get into the final video, which has to do with albums of the year. So this list are albums I've actually listened to this year. Unfortunately, I haven't gotten to all of the ones that I hope to this year, but this list is tentative to the ones I've actually listened to. So sorry if your album didn't make the list, I apologize, but unfortunately I only had time to listen to a few different albums, and I was very behind on music this year because I decided to do other things. The first one is going to be Explosions in the Sky, The Wilderness. Very great post-rock record from the group from Texas. They have always seemed to amaze me ever since I picked up The Earth Is Not a Cold Dead Place. This record is nothing short than what they've done previously. It's very unique in the sense that sometimes it doesn't fill the room, but you still get that sense of like empowerment that the music is supposed to bring you. And it's really cool because it's very unique. Many bands can't do the post-rock style, but Explosions in the Sky have been doing it right for a very long time, and this record is no short of that. The next one is going to be Local Natives' Sunlit Youth. It is a really good indie record from the group from Los Angeles, California. I think it's a great follow-up to Hummingbird, which they kind of had two different dynamics going on, and that's what I really enjoyed about Sunlit Youth. It was very powerful in the sense that it was kind of like this poppy indie, and Hummingbird had some of these very darker and slower parts. But I think Local Natives didn't steer too far from the path. I think that Local Natives did a really good job on this record, and I think it's like an amazing follow-up to Hummingbird because I really love Hummingbird. The next one is Every Time I Die's Low Teens. What a record that was. What a trip. A band like Every Time I Die, which is, they're a hardcore band from Buffalo, it's just hard to come by some of these bands that can consistently do the same thing over and over again and just be right every time. It's crazy how a band like Every Time I Die can do the same thing over and over again, especially in a genre where things get stale really quick. Every Time I Die, with their age, have just developed this amazing sound, especially on this record. It Remembers with Brendan Urie from Panic at the Disco is an incredible song. I don't understand how that song didn't soar up the rock charts and be a top rock song. It's a great ballad between, Brendan Urie and Keith Buckley. It was a crazy song. Like, that should be played on rock radio like all the time. It doesn't sound like a rock radio anthem or anything like that, but it's just got incredible prowess as a song. The next record is Danny Brown's Atrocity Exhibition. And what's nice about this is it's just a hip-hop record that stuck with me from the time I listened to it. When I heard Really Doe with Kendrick Lamar, Ab-Soul, and Earl Sweatshirt, it really resonated with me. It was a really dark, album, and it's very real. And what I liked about, rap this year is that some of it was really real, some of it was like, the standard run-of-the-mill. This stood out as a very real record. It was about his life. Danny Brown obviously struggled with drug addiction, and I think it was incredible that he can go back in his past and write amazing songs about that struggle, especially from his last record, Old, which was more of this college pop anthem, like rap anthem thing. And it's just crazy how he went back kind of to the dark side of things, and it was just a great record all around. The next record is by the Dillinger Escape Plan, Dissociation, their last hurrah. One of their last records they're going to put out, probably the last one. It was just so incredible. It was so crazy. It was so chaotic. It was back to the OG kind of Dillinger Escape Plan sound that everybody loved. It was a big step up from One of Us Is the Killer, and it made everybody happy to see this kind of old Dillinger Escape Plan come up, and everybody was in love with it. It just had so much power behind it. It was so chaotic. It was so crazy, and I think they've been trying to let this out for a very long time. I think it made a lot of sense to put out a record that was really good, and it's their last hurrah. So the next one's gonna be Lil Uzi Vert, The Perfect Love Tape. I've been bumping this ever since it came out. It's just a cool record. I love the tape in general. I love the beats on it. I love the producing. I love the lines in the songs. It's just a really cool record. I just bump it all the time. That's why I made this albums of the year list. The next record is Chance the Rapper's Coloring Book. I wasn't really a fan of Chance the Rapper until this came out. I actually gave it a listen. I found it to be really solid. It has a lot of emotional connection, and I really enjoyed that. I connected with it on a personal level, and that's why it's on here. Everything about that is just kind of cool, and I love how talented Chance is with all of the songwriting and stuff like that. That's what made it really cool to me. The next record is Knocked Loose, Laugh Tracks. It's just heavy. I mean, it's crazy how heavy this record is. It's just got such a weight to it in the lyrics if you've ever read them, and it's just balls to the walls, just chugging and everything. The guitar tone on the album sounds perfect. It's absolutely flawless for that type of music. It's just everything about it brought it together. It's very simple. They're a simple band, but they make it work, and that's what is really cool about the record they put out, their debut one. And finally, the last album, as we're here to close out this video, is Bon Iver's 22 A Million, a very interesting record. Bon Iver is like a very top artist for me. I like listening to it in my free time. It's very, very quiet. You know, he's got a distinct style. This record is just weird, but I like it. I like the sounds. I like everything he did. You know, kind of like the distortion and everything like that. It just kind of resonated with me. It was like, I like the sounds. The sounds were cool. Everything about it just kind of clicked with me, and that's why I like it. His voice is obviously amazing. We don't need to talk about how good he can sing. So it was just really cool to see this kind of experimental, project that he calls 22 A Million. And that's gonna do it. Hope you guys did enjoy. If you did, leave a like, subscribe, and we'll see you next time. As always, it's been an extended play. Enjoy your winter break. See ya. Peace.